selalu ditampilkan dalam arsip tekstual, arsip visual, arsip lisan, dan sejarah sekaligus menghibur. Perpaduan antara seni dan teknologi akan membuat suasana semakin nyata dalam mengakui kunci keberhasilan para pendahulu. Ilustrasikan bagaimana runtutan peristiwa sejarah Yogyakarta dalam perpaduan seni dan teknologi yang tidak membosankan. Rencanakan kunjungan Anda sekarang dan sampai bertemu di Diorama Arsip Jogja.
Come on, baby, come in to me. You're the pretty, pretty baby. Come in with me, eat a party. Baby, kemari, 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 kemari. Hai samari, samari, sama-sama kita menari. Lihat sebelah kiri you, ada nona di kiri you, nona manis di kiri you. Hai putar ke kiri. Now what your friends on the right side, right side. Now what your friends on the right side, right side. You have to turn to the right side, turn into the right. Oh, now everybody's going left to left to left, and everybody's going left to left to left, and everybody's going left to left to left, and everybody's going left. Now everybody's going right to right to right, and everybody's going right to the right to right, and everybody's going right to the right to right, and everybody's going right. One more time to the left to left to left, and everybody's going left to the left to left, and everybody's going left to the left to the left to left, and everybody's going left. Now everybody's going right to right to right, and everybody's going.
Alright, good morning, delegates, and welcome back to our third day in Paradise with me, Alina.
And me, Zeddy, and so nice to see all of these familiar faces again. So how are you, delegates? We hope that you guys are doing fine and you guys are pumped up and ready because we've got so much lined up for all today.
That's true, but sadly, Zed, this is not only our third day, but also the very last day of our AMSEP journey together. But don't need to worry, everyone, because we can assure you that today won't be any different and just as fun.
No doubt, Lynn, because we'll be closing off this year's AMSEP with an exquisite lineup prepared by our amazing committee.
Yep, and I heard that there will be a Filipino 101, some exclusive preferences from our fellow delegates, and not to mention a parade. Is that true, Zed?
Yes, and in fact, in just a short minute, we'll be taking you guys back in time to the 1900s. That's right, you heard me, time traveling.
What? Time traveling? Dr. Strange, who? We only knew AMSEP. But before we begin, we'd like to remind all of you to please turn on your camera so I can see all your beautiful faces.
Yes, please turn on your camera, guys. We want to see all of your beautiful, cute, handsome, wonderful, amazing faces. Come on, Wirabraja, Jaga Karya, Surakarsa. Please turn on your camera.
Okay, I think we can wait everyone to turn on their camera, and perhaps you may start to explain to us what we're going to do today.
That's right. So, now that everyone most of them has turned on the camera, we'll be starting off today's lineup with a trip back in time. We'll learn more about Yogyakarta's history and culture through a virtual diorama. Definitely an experience you won't forget.
Yep, well then, let's get right into it. But first off, we'd like to start off today's session with a profile video from the Diorama Arsip Jogja, or Yogyakarta's National Archive. So to the organizing committee, would you help us share the screen?
Selamat datang di Diorama Arsip Jogja. Mari melintas lorong waktu 430 tahun silam untuk menyaksikan bukti autentik sejarah Yogyakarta. Sebuah rekaman peristiwa atau kegiatan masa lalu ditampilkan dalam arsip tekstual, arsip visual, arsip lisan, dan sejarah lisan. Ditata dan ditafsir secara unik dan kreatif untuk memberikan sajian yang informatif dan edukatif sekaligus menghibur. Perpaduan antara seni dan teknologi akan membuat suasana semakin nyata dalam mengungkap peristiwa sejarah, membuka ingatan untuk pengalaman bersama. Mahakarya para seniman di tampilan di sini dibagi dalam 18 ruangan, menampilkan arsip-arsip terkait sejarah panjang Yogyakarta dari era Panembahan Senopati hingga yang terkini. Mempelajari sejarah dapat memperluas wawasan. Mempelajari sejarah memungkinkan manusia zaman sekarang mengetahui kesalahan-kesalahan manusia di masa lalu, atau mengetahui kunci keberhasilan para pendahulu. Yuk saksikan bagaimana runtutan peristiwa sejarah Yogyakarta dalam perpaduan seni dan teknologi yang tidak membosankan. Rencanakan kunjungan Anda sekarang dan sampai bertemu di Diorama Arsip Jogja.
Alright, that's such a wonderful video to introduce what we're going to do today. But before we start off today's session, we'd like to introduce our speaker. So, today's session will be brought to you by Ms. Rahayu Nurhayati. To the organizing committee, would you help us share the screen? Okay, Ms. Rahayu Nurhayati is a spokesperson of Regional Library and Archives Office of Yogyakarta Special Region. She is the representative who introduces and socializes about archives consciousness movement in terms of the management, utilization, and the treatment, as well as the important sources of information in many aspects such as history, education, culture, and art. She also have a lot of certificates. One of it have completing 3 months workshop pioneer teacher of Sariswara, and her last formal education background is from Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University with a scholarship awardee held by Dikti of a program Profesi Guru Bahasa Inggris and completed at December 2018. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome our speaker, Ms. Rahayu Nurhayati.
All right, good morning, everyone. Allow me introduce myself. My name is Rahayu as the spokesperson of Library and Archives Office, Yogyakarta Special Region. In this occasion, we would like to present about Diorama Arsip Jogja. So we would like to time travel to 430 years back, from Panembahan Senopati until the most recent period, the specialness of Yogyakarta. Are you ready? Okay, so let me share the screen first. Diorama Archive Yogyakarta actually held by Library and Archive Office, Yogyakarta Special Region. This Diorama Archive Yogyakarta has at least 18 rooms, and the one is the first and second room. It's about the rise and glory of Mataram, in which the archive cited by Diorama Arsip Yogyakarta in Babat about Ki Ageng Pemanahan and Panembahan Senopati. As Panembahan Senopati, which is built Mataram Kingdom. So here Mataram spread into the Wealth Kingdom under Panembahan Senopati range, and then it's also become the center trade in Nusantara at that time. And then the glory of Mataram itself, it become the highest peak in the Sultan Agung range. His Majesty tried to expand Mataram Kingdom to the north coastal by conquering the Surabaya in the east, and then went to the west by conquering the East India Company in Batavia. Now it is Jakarta. And then after the Great One, Sultan Agung back to Mataram and then developed cultural. So in the Sultan Agung era, cultural significantly developed. Sultan Agung developed a Java calendar, which is actually still be used by Japanese people. Java calendar combined between Shaka calendar and Hijra calendar, and Japanese people use it to have the best day to have special occasion. And then also in Sultan Agung era, dance, traditional Japanese dance also developed. One of his masterpiece is Langan Beksan, which is also served in the Diorama Archive Jogja. And then not only that, Sultan Agung also developed the language, Javanese language actually, and then Javanese language in His Majesty era divided into three. The first one is Boso Kromo. Boso Kromo used for young people to older people, which is mean Boso Kromo is formal language. And then the second one is Bosongoko. Bosongoko is used in daily conversation, so it is informal one. And then the third one is Boso Bagungan. Boso Bagungan is used in a palace to communicate between the royal family and the servant. And then we go to the next room. Room 3 is about Mataram disintegration and East India Company intervention, in which in this room, Alice tried to ask help to the colonies, but it's was the Mataram kingdom. And then in this room, we show about the disintegration, while Babat Gianti Babat Gianti in 1755, in this Babat told about East India Company that divided Mataram into two. They are Kasunanan. They are Kasunanan Surakarta in Solo, and then also Kasultanan Yogyakarta in Yogyakarta. And then in this intervention, we go to the room. All right. So here, Prince Mangkubumi, as the second son of Mataram, built Kasultanan Yogyakarta or Yogyakarta Sultanate, which is located in Yogyakarta, and His Majesty built the palace that in one straight axis from the north in Mount Merapi to the south in Parangkusumo Beach. His Majesty is a maestro of philosophy and architect. So one straight axis means the way of human to his almighty God. It's so straight. And then is in this room also serve about Beksan Langan Beksan, which is told about troops with his bravery. Beksan means a classical Javanese dance, which is told a story. And then we go to the next room. All right, in this room, it's told about British invention of Yogyakarta Palace, in which British Hamengkubuwono II tried to against the colonies, but unfortunately His Majesty exiled to the Penang Island, Malaysia, and moved to Batavia, and then finally moved to Ambon, Celebes for around 14 years. In this invention, British by General Raffles plundered Yogyakarta Palace for 2 days and 2 nights. Many manuscripts brought to England, such as manuscript Bharatayuddha Kawimiring and manuscript of Rujuno Wijoyo. The manuscript itself, story which is or prose literature which is written in Japanese scripts, and all of the manuscript now still in the British. All right, we go. All right. Room 6, which is told about Pakualam stately Prince stately, and then in this room told about Notonegoro Prince, which is crowned by Raffles as Adipati Adipati Pakualam I, and then also in this room also shows about traditional dance from Pakualaman, which was made by Pakualam IV. The dance is about Srimpina Putri, which is told about a girl who brought to the Pakualaman, and then to be taught about how to be dressed like a princess and how to be behave like a princess, and to be taught about Pakualaman rule. And then this dance actually cited from Langan Wibowo manuscript, and the accessories of the dance are also adapted from the manuscript. All right, we go to the next room. All right, in the seventh Perang Jawa or Java War, which is also known as Diponegoro War. Hamengkubuwono V illustrated the war as big as Bharatayuddha War, which is in this war killed around 200,000 people. It is, as says the VOC, East India Company Human Resources, as well as the treasures. So Diponegoro won the war upon East India Company. All right, we go to room 8. Here is engine of change, which is while Europe experienced industry revolution, so did in Indonesia and Yogyakarta. The railway illustrate the exploitation both in human resources and natural resources. Field change become the industrial plants, and then human change into laborers that put his anchor in the Indonesia harbor. And then, all right, this is actually the favorite room of the visitor because of the aesthetical room, and then also the song that which is played in this room. And then we go to the next room. All right. In this room about the rise of local elites. Local elites in Yogyakarta built organizations such as Muhammadiyah, Taman Siswa, and Budi Utomo, which is the organization enlightened Indonesia and Yogyakarta to reach Indonesia's independence. On that time, the spirit spread through newspaper that spread along the Indonesia, and also many spirits spreads to the young people and elites. All right, we go to room 10. Here told about Mataram Watercourse establishment. While Japan colonized Indonesia, Japan addressed as a old family of Indonesia, but actually Japan exploited human resources of Indonesia called Romusa. Almost all the region in Indonesia experience Romusa, but it's different with Yogyakarta. Hamengkubuwono X actually had a project called Mataram Watercourse establishment to protect Yogyakarta citizen from Romusa. So here, the Yogyakarta citizen actually involved in this project. All right, we go to the next room. All right, here, this is the room, and the next room is told about Indonesia after got the independence. So here in room 11, Yogyakarta, the capital of Republic Revolution. In September 5th to 1945, Yogyakarta Sultanate and Puro Pakualaman united to be part of Indonesia. And Aggression Military 1, the capital city of Indonesia, from Jakarta, it's moved to Yogyakarta. And then after that, in the Linggarjati Agreement, East India Company confessed Indonesia just upon Java and Sumatra. And then in the Renville Agreement, Netherlands narrowed the area of Indonesia. And after that, in Aggression Military 2, after General Sudirman won the guerrilla war, Indonesia's flag flight again in all of Indonesia's sides. And then after that, Netherlands, in the Round Table Agreement, Netherlands confessed of Indonesia's sovereignty, and capital city back again to Jakarta. Okay, we go to the next room. In this room 12, it's told about Yogyakarta administration. Actually, Yogyakarta is a special region which is led by Sultan. And then here, Hamengkubuwono as the governor, and the Pakualam as the vice governor. And then Yogyakarta itself divided into 4. They are Yogyakarta City, Sleman region, Bantul region, Gunung Kidul region, and Kulon Progo region. And in this room also told about the first pilot project by central governor in which Yogyakarta hold the first general election in 1951. It is around more than 100 parties that involved in this general election. All right, in this room, room 13 is told about Yogyakarta, the city of student. Taman Siswa, the first indigenous school, which is built in 1920. Toro, enable indigenous to go to school. Before that, the one who can attend to school just elites and royal family. And then the first university also built in Yogyakarta. It is Islamic Indonesia University. We go to the next room. In the room 14, told about Yogyakarta, the city of culture. Actually, many maestro and famous artists were born in Yogyakarta, such as Ki Cokrowarsito, maestro of Gending, which is one of the masterpiece is Ketawang Puspawarno, which is placed in outspace as the research project by NASA. And then the other maestro is Ki Hadi Sugito, maestro of Dalam, the leader puppet performance. And then also Ki Sigit Sukasman, the hero of culture, which who made wayang ukur as his maestro, as his masterpiece. And then many famous artists born in Yogyakarta, they sent to abroad and back to Yogyakarta, brought the new ideas about arts. And then the artists itself built FKY, or earlier Isono Senisono, and now it is become FKY, or Art Yogyakarta Festival, which is still exists until now. Okay, we go to the next room. Here is room 15, Yogyakarta, the city of tourism, because of the abundance of natural resources as well as the cultures. Yogyakarta become the most famous city of the tourism. Here, the natural resources, because Yogyakarta have mountains and beaches. And then in this in Yogyakarta also many cultural events that tourists can attend to, the festival of art and so on. And then we go to the next room. All right, we go to room 16. It's about Pisowanan Anung, the historic audience, while Indonesia experienced reformation. Big inflation happened in Indonesia. So many chaos happen in many regions in Indonesia, but different to Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta faced it in this way because in that time, Yogyakarta citizen go to Yogyakarta Palace and then Hamengkubuwono 10 and Pakualam actually calm down the mass on that time and then give instruction. So in Yogyakarta, Reformation 1998 ran in this way. Okay, we go to the next room. All right, as we know that Yogyakarta located in the circum-Pacific path. So here in Yogyakarta exists Mount Merapi, which is the one of the most active volcano in the world, and also there is fractures of earth located in Yogyakarta. So in this room serve about earthquake in 2006, which has happened in Yogyakarta. Many people were killed in this disaster. Many refugees and victims here. And then in this room also told about earthquake in 2000 and it is absent. Yeah, in 2006 is earthquake, and then in 2010 volcano eruption of Merapi happened again in Yogyakarta. In this room, it is served about immersive technology, which is enable the visitor to experience as if they involved in that video. That video also animation video of archive in which the disasters happen. Okay, we go to the next room. All right, this is the last room, which is 18 room, told about specialness of Yogyakarta. Many people quotes the specialness of Yogyakarta through the video that served in this room by native Yogyakarta and the comer. And then also in this room also display the archive of photos, so the visitor can enable to enjoy the archive very enjoyably. All right, if you want more to know more about our Jakarta, you can visit to our website in Diorama archive, and then also we also have a Instagram DPAD, which is the barcode is served in that video, and also the Instagram of Diorama archive Yogyakarta. Okay, thank you very much for today. I hope you enjoy. I hope I have also another video. Let me share screen, because in this Diorama archive Yogyakarta also serve the visitor can enjoy the augmented reality. So in certain rooms, we have augmented reality that can be enjoyed by the visitors here, such as in the room Java War here. So by using Android, the visitor can enjoy the augmented reality. This is the painting of Java War, which is, we can see the arrow there opposite of the chips. I think enough for today. All right. For me, Rahayu Hayati, as the spokesperson of Library and Archive Yogyakarta, I hope you enjoy this Diorama Archive room tours. Okay.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Hayu from Diorama Arsip Jogja for such an insightful session. We definitely learned more about the history of this captivating city, starting from the rise and glory of the Mataram Sultanate to Yogyakarta's cultures such as dalang or puppet show that have been continued to be proliferated through Yogyakarta art festivals, which continue to exist until now.
That's true, Lynn. And the augmented reality also looks cool. I mean, that's awesome. And we hope you get to visit us one day because, as Miss Rahayu mentioned, Yogyakarta is the city of tourism. So many places for you to visit, such as beaches, mountains, and yeah. Before we close the session, we'd like to hand over a small token of gratitude to Miss Rahayu and Diorama Arsip Jogja. So please, to the organizing committee, would you help us to share the screen and take the documentation, please?
All right. Thank you very much for the certificate.
Okay, I'll take the picture in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you again to the OC and Ms. Rahayu from Diorama Arsip Jogja for taking the time to be here. You may also leave the Zoom meeting in case you have another occasion to attend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms.
Very
Hayu.
much. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss. We hope we can see you on another occasion.
Yeah, see you in another occasion.
See you, Miss.